The next thing is we learned about the modulation part. Okay, now we want to learn about the demodulation. Demodulation is that you are inputting your modulated signal and you want to extract your message signal from that. Okay, that is the demodulation. Okay, so again, as like the modulation part, there are different ways for the generation of the demodulation. Okay, so one is called one way is that you convert FM to the AM signal and then use the AM demodulator, which you remember is the envelope detector for the conventional AM, right? So convert the FM to the AM and then just use the AM demodulator, and we will get the, using envelope detector, we will can get our message signal. Okay. Another way is we use the phase lock loop. Okay, by using the phase lock loop, okay, we can demodulate our signal. Okay. Another way is we use the zero detector. Okay, so there are a lot of other ways. Okay, but we will try to cover these three methods. Okay, FM to AM, PLL, and zero detector. Okay, this part was also covered in your lab if you remember. Okay, zero detector for the demodulator. Okay, now let me cover the first one. Okay, that FM to AM. Okay, how it will work. Okay, FM to AM, the thing is, first we have to make a, we get the input FM signal and we will convert FM to FM signal to the AM signal. Okay, then just use the AM demodulator like the envelope detector. Okay, which I just explained to you. And then output signal will be my message signal. Now how we can actually do that thing? Okay, so we can do that thing. For example, if we have FM signal and if we pass this FM signal through a filter which has this response. Okay, if you pass your FM signal to a filter through this response, I'm not going to the details of the mathematics. You don't also have to dig into the details of the mathematics here. The concept is important. Okay, so if you pass your FM signal through a filter, okay, of this response, then this filter, like if you in time domain, if you multiply, this is your typical FM signal, right? AC 2 pi FCT plus phi of t. Phi of t for FM signal, this is this one. So if you multiply this one with the time domain response of this one, okay, your final output will be this one. Okay, I'm not going into the details of the mathematics. Okay, now if you look into this output signal, okay, so what is this output signal? And if finally if you pass this output signal through a filter, again you can only get this thing, and this thing is actually what? Okay, this is your message signal, okay, which is changing according to whose magnitude is being changed with this constant. So this is the conventional AM signal, if you guys remember. Okay, this is a conventional AM signal, that the message signal is being changed according to the message signal amplitude is changing according to these factors. Okay, so these factors will be removed using a filter, high pass filter. We can use the high frequency components, so we will having only these components. Okay, so then we can use just envelope detector and we can detect our message signal. Okay, so this is the demodulation part, that first convert FM to AM using a filter with this one. Okay, and then we can do that. Okay, and now let's see how we can actually implement this part, FM to AM converter. So basically we have to implement this filter. Okay, so we can implement FM to AM converter using just a tuned circuit implementation, because we just have to implement a filter which have that response which I have just shown earlier. Okay, so I just use a FM signal, I have just filter, so this is the frequency response of that filter. Okay, so basically you are converting, very important thing, you are converting FM to the AM. Okay, so this conversion should be linear, right? The conversion should be linear, because if the conversion is not linear, you could have the high frequency components which are not desired. Okay, so if you look at the spectrum of the filter, okay, so this is the only linear region which you can obtain. So for example, if you design your filter with this, for example, the carrier frequency is FC. If you are designing with that one, then this will be the only linear region for the conversion. So if you are performing the conversion here, okay, so this is not a linear region. So we will have very small region, linear region, if we just use the one circuit only. Okay, to increase the linear region, okay, to increase the linear region, we can implement two circuits. We can design two tuned circuits. Okay, so for example, I have one circuit which is giving me this frequency response. Okay, and I have another circuit which is giving me this frequency response. Okay, H2 of F. This is this one. Okay, now this is the frequency response of this one and this one. So now if I subtract both of them, if I subtract HF of magnitude minus H2 of F, which is just simply if we just place them in series, so we can obtain their subtraction. Okay, so if we subtract them, then the net response will be this one. Okay, now if you see with this one, our linear conversion region has been increased. Okay, so this implementation is actually called as balanced discriminator. Balanced discriminator. Okay, that by using the two filters, okay, by subtracting them, we can increase the linear conversion regions. Okay, and basically the slope of this one, this linear region defines the conversion from FM to AM. Okay, so to obtain the larger linear region, we can use the tuned circuit implementation. Okay, so these are my two filters, okay, which will be actually just converting FM to AM, and then I can use just the envelope detector at the output. Okay, so for this part, the understanding is important, that what this calculation is not important. Okay, you don't have to like derive these expressions. The understanding that how we can convert FM to AM using the tuned circuit. What is the issue with the tuned circuit? We are having the limitation of the linear region. How we can increase the linear region? By using the two tuned circuits. Okay, so by using two tuned circuit, we can increase the linear region. Okay, and then just use the envelope detector, and we will get the output signal. Okay, so that is the second demodulator. Okay, so let me stop here for this part, and the rest of the two demodulator cases we will discuss in the next lecture. Thank you very much for your time here.